Already, 254,000 units under construction. Some of them have been handed over. 450 markets across Kenya, and 177,000 bed capacity for hostels. And then we are also providing institutional housing for our security forces, from Kenya Defence Forces to National Youth Service, to Kenya Police Service, Kenya Prison Service, 28,000 for Kenya Prison Service, units ongoing, 7,500 for the police, 15,000 for KDF, and the list is long. That is what we've been able to achieve under affordable housing markets, hostels, and institutional building space. So in infrastructure, I will also put in ICT achievements. What have we done in the last 3 years? 30,000 kilometers of fiber optic connectivity, 316 ICT hubs complete and are being used. Another 400 under construction, ICT hubs. We have business process outsourcing centers which are operational. One is in Tatu City and a few others. We also have, in that space of ICT, we have distributed 20,000 devices, computers, in many of our ICT hubs. That is what we've done in infrastructure. Number 6, jobs. Very quickly, this affordable housing, hostels, and markets program has created 500,000 jobs. The target is to reach 1 million jobs by the end of the year. The ICT hubs and the Kazi Mtandaoni program, 300,000 jobs. Other than the 500,000 jobs in the housing and hostel space, we have Climate Works, which has created opportunities for 142,000 young people, starting with the Nairobi River project, but also in other projects. Your Excellency, we have Kazi Kwa Ground, and the Kazi Kwa Ground is the 100,000 teachers you have employed. It is the 500,000 teachers under affordable housing and hostels. It is the 142,000 Climate Works. It is in 10,000 security officers recruited in the last 3 years, the police, the military, and it is also in the many other recruitments we are doing in the public sector, and the many opportunities created in the private sector because the economy is recovering. Kazi Kwa Ground. Under the Kazi Mtandaoni, I have said 300,000 people, young people are working. Under Kazi Majuu, 538,000 young people working abroad under Kazi Majuu. And they have not gone there by chance or by trial and error. It's because of deliberate government interventions. Which ones? Eradicating recruitment cartels and fake agencies, signing bilateral labor agreements to protect our workers abroad, providing a green channel for passports of young people who have a contract so that in 2 days they get a passport, providing a grant to assist them buy a ticket and acquire a passport through the Youth Enterprise Fund. These interventions is what has promoted the Kazi Majuu program. We have now 538,000 young people. We want to target 1 million young people by the end of the year under Kazi Majuu. Enterprise support for young people. The Nyota program, Your Excellency, which you have been presiding over, the first component of Nyota, which is business support, has reached 123,000 young people. All the components of Nyota will reach 820,000 young people. And you have directed us to look for ways of expanding that number into 1 million, even 2 million. And we are working on it, both under the Nyota program and also the KJET program, which is a 20 billion program which will equip small enterprises with the equipment they require to increase their productivity. And we are working on that, Your Excellency, to ensure that between KJET and Nyota, We have somewhere between 1.5 and 2 million young people reached under business support, equipment support, and on-the-job experience, and AGPO opportunities, and RPL, which are the components that we are working on. That's what we've done in the job space. Very quickly, sports. Since 1987, we've never built a stadium. The two stadia which were there, the main one, Kasarani and Nyayo, were dilapidated. President Ruto and his broad-based administration has been able to renovate Kasarani to FIFA standards, and also Nyayo. But we have also built the most iconic sports stadium in this part of the world, the Talanta Sports City, which is going to be like our main flagship sports city for our country, and as we look forward to hosting AFCON next year. Your Excellency, you're building another 24 stadiums in other parts of the country, from Nanyuki to Voi to Wajir to Homa Bay is complete, Kitui is complete, Kinoru in Meru is complete, and many others. Your Excellency, allow me to talk about security reforms as I wind up. We've been able to introduce the police equipment modernization program, which has helped us to crush terrorism and banditry. We've now suppressed the terror that was being visited on many people because of terrorists, extremist groups, and bandits to a big extent because of the police equipment modernization program, a 20 billion 5-year program that has already, I think, spent over 13 billion shillings under your leadership. You are implementing, or we are implementing, the police reforms in terms of welfare. Just last week, an announcement was made for increment of their salaries. The lowest prison warder and police officer will get an increase of 48% of their basic salary. This has not been done in a long time. We are building houses for them. We are providing medical and life cover for them if they get hurt in the line of duty. Your Excellency, for the KDF, the modernization program is also running smoothly, and we want to thank you for those reforms. In terms of our road traffic safety, just this week we went live on instant fines. That should be able to reduce the road accidents and make drivers accountable. And we are going to see a drastic reduction of road accidents because of the cameras and the instant fines that we have introduced. So that's what we've done. Allow me to end, Your Excellency. I know I've exceeded my time. I don't know why the leaders have not rung the bell. Let me finish by projecting the future. As you have led us, Your Excellency, you have told us Kenya is punching below its weight. For far too long, we are struggling, yet our potential is big. Through your leadership, Your Excellency, we've been able to crack the difficult issue of how we finance our modernization and transformation. And you have told us it is possible for us in one generation, as has been done in Singapore, Malaysia, South Korea. We are able to transform Kenya from the third world economy status to the first world. Other countries have done it, we can do it. China, for example, pulled 800 million people from poverty in 40 years, between 1971 and 2021. We can do it in one generation. And you have led us, and on this one, once again, I thank our parliamentarians. Just yesterday, we saw the signing into law of the National Infrastructure Fund Act, a bold measure that will define our future and will set Kenya free, economically speaking. We put in resources there, government resources, private sector resources, so that when we sell part of the assets we have, The money does not go to salaries and recurrent expenditure, as has happened before. We sold Safaricom in 2008. We don't know what we use that money for. We've sold Kenya Airways shares before. We don't know what we did with that money. We've sold Kenya Re before. We don't know what we did with that money. The money now we are offloading from some of our assets goes into this fund to define our future. More roads, 28,000 kilometers of new roads, 2,500 kilometers of dual carriageway across Kenya. We extend our railway from Naivasha to Narok to Nyamira, Kisumu, all the way to Malaba. We dual our roads, as I have said, another 28,000 kilometers of road. We build dams and harvest water and get away from the shame of hunger. 50 mega dams, 200 mid-sized dams, and 1,000 smaller dams. We also increase our energy productivity by 10,000 megawatts, because currently we only produce 3,300 megawatts. We need 10,000 megawatts so that we can power our industries into the future. Time has not allowed me to talk about KIPES and special economic zones, which we are constructing. Your Excellency, I thank you. I stop there, and I apologize for exceeding the 20 minutes. Thank you very much.
A warm clap for His Excellency, the Deputy President, with